TAMMYLIN'S Friend. Once upon a time, there was a little pixie who didn't like earwigs. Now, this was very silly, because earwigs are clean and tidy creatures and never mind doing a good turn to the fairies. Still, Tamerlane the pixie couldn't bear an earwig near her, and whenever she saw one, she always sent it scurrying away in fright. She kept a little broom, which she used specially for frightening earwigs, and she often used to sweep away any that came near her neat little house and garden. Now, one day, when Tamerlane was wandering in the violet wood all by herself, humming a song and dancing round the sweet-smelling violets, she walked quite by mistake into the Green Magician's garden. He lived in the middle of the wood, and as he had no wall or fence or hedge around his garden, it was very difficult to see it. Tamerlane didn't see it at all, and she walked right into it just as the Green Magician was coming out to do his shopping. "Ah!" he said, and caught hold of Tamerlane, who was alarmed and astonished. "So, you've come spying round, have you, to see what kind of secret magic I make? Well, you'll be sorry now. You can be my cook. The rabbit who waited on me has just left to get married. You will do nicely instead." I won't, squealed Tamerlane, and she wriggled as hard as she could. But it wasn't a bit of good. The Green Magician wrapped her up in his green cloak and took her into his cottage. I shall run away as soon as you've gone out," sobbed Tamerlane. "Oh, no, you won't," said the Green Magician. And what do you think he did? Why, he took his magic wand, waved it round his garden 7 times, and called out a magic word. And lo and behold, a great wall grew round it, so high that Tamerlane couldn't see the top. "There," said the magician, pleased. "What do you think of that? You can't escape now." He went out to do his shopping, unlocking and locking a big door in the wall. Tamerlane was left alone to cook the dinner. How she wished she could let her friends know where she was. When the great magician went to market, he heard everyone talking about Tamerlane's disappearance. But he didn't say a word. No, he had got a cook for nothing, and he meant to keep her. He went to the fish stall and bought some herrings. He went to the sweet stall and bought some peppermints. He went to the fruit and vegetable stall, and there he bought some pears and a large cauliflower. He carried them all home in his big bag, and went in through the door in the wall again, locking it after him. He put his shopping down on the kitchen table and told Tamerlane to cook the cauliflower for dinner. "I'm going into the garden to water my flowers," he said. So out he went, and left Tamerlane to get on with the cooking. The little pixie sulkily took up the cauliflower, and as she did so, out crept a very large earwig. Tamerlane dropped the cauliflower with a shriek. "Hello, Tamerlane," said the earwig in surprise. "How did you come to be here?" "The Green Magician caught me," said Tamerlane, "and I can't escape because there's a high wall round the garden. Oh, go away, you horrid earwig. If only you were a butterfly, you could fly up over the wall and tell everyone where I am. Then my friends would rescue me. Oh, what a pity. You're such an ugly, useless creature." "Oh, you are unkind, Tamerlane," said the earwig. Just then, the Green Magician poked his head in at the window. "Who are you talking to?" he said. "To an earwig. The horrid thing," said Tammylin. "Ah, an earwig," said the magician. "Well, he's a prisoner here too. He can crawl round the garden, but he can't get out. If it had been a butterfly, a bee, or a moth, I'd have stopped him from taking any message to your friends. But an earwig has no wings." As soon as the magician had gone back to the garden, the earwig ran close to Tammylin and began to whisper. "Listen, Tammylin, the magician is wrong," it said. "I have got wings." Tammylin stared in surprise at the brown, smoothed-backed earwig. "You haven't," she said. "What a storyteller you are." "Shh," said the earwig. "I tell you, I have got wings. I keep them neatly folded under my back shell. Look, those brown things on my back are my wing cases. Watch how I unfold my beautiful gauzy wings." Tammylin watched in the greatest astonishment. The earwig lifted up his brown wing cases from his back and shook out his wings. They were gauzy, like a bee's, but long and beautifully folded, just like a fan. The earwig spread them out. "I'm going to tell your friends where you are," he said. "They will rescue you soon. Goodbye." Tammylin watched the earwig creep out into the garden and fly up into the air on his long, gauzy wings. Up, up, and up, right over the wall. The green magician never even saw him. "Well," thought Tammylin, washing the cauliflower, "I never knew before that earwigs had wings folded so beautifully under their back shells. How kind of him to fly off to tell my friends. Oh, I wish I hadn't been so horrid to earwigs. I never will be again." The earwig flew straight to the marketplace, folded his wings neatly, poked them tidily under his back shell with his pincers, and then told everyone where he had seen Tammylin. It wasn't long before the king himself, at the head of 20 men, was riding through the violet wood to rescue Tammylin. But as soon as the magician heard the king's voice, he took down the wall and fled away to the borders of fairyland. He knew that it was forbidden to capture pixies. But how did the king know where Tammylin was? He wondered 100 times a day. He never knew. But Tammylin did not forget her kind friend. "I will never chase earwigs away again," she said. "I didn't know they were so kind and had such lovely wings folded like fans." "Oh, earwigs are good people," said the king, as she rode back safely with him. "They look after their little ones as few insects do. They are very good mothers. You should not be unkind to anything, Tammylin. Goodness and loveliness may be found in even the ugliest creatures. You never know." Now, Tammylin is friends with all the earwigs, beetles, and spiders that she knows, and never dreams of using her broom to sweep them away. Wasn't it a good thing for her that an earwig had wings? Did you know that?